Today I'll be showing you a short introduction to pandas. So if you're a complete beginner and you want to know how it's done or how to use it, then this is a tutorial for you. Or if you know a little bit and you want to know more, then this is a great tutorial to show you how to progress and to show you if you've got the things correctly done. So first things first, I'm going to create an Excel file. In fact, I've already done that. So if you flip over to my screen, you can see here I've created a title and 5 rows of data, and then I've also just created 2 more sheets called input 1 and input 2, and I've called this one the summary. And then what I've done is I've saved that, and we're going to be using that throughout this pandas tutorial, because what pandas is, it's pretty much a data gathering tool and a data analysis tool for Python. So I'm going to be showing you how to import Excel files, read Excel files, create data frames, create tables, and then only print out certain sections of the tables from Excel. So let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is show you how to use the Excel file command. So I use Excel file command for just looking at the Excel file and printing out the sheets. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to print out the sheet names. So see here we've got summary in the bottom left. So you've got summary, print summary, input 1, input 2. So if we zoom in, how it works is you import pandas, and I put as PD, and then type in pd.excel file, and then simply you put the name of the file. Make sure that the Excel file is in your folder where the Python recognizes it. That's the first important rule. And then all you have to do is type in pandas-test-data.xlsx. Remember to have the extension as well, because that's what I've called my Excel file here, pandas test data. The next thing I do is put that equal to something. I put Excel file and then print Excel file, and then what you should have here is dot sheet names here like that. And then all you have to do is run it, and you should get the names of the sheets, individual sheets. So I should have summary, input 1 and input 2. And that's what you can see here below my face. Is that what you can see there? Exactly. Summary, input 1, input 2. So what I've done is I've used pandas to look into an Excel file and pull out the sheet names for me. And that's what I use the Excel file command for. If I want to read the contents of the Excel file, there's another command called read Excel. So that's exactly what I've done here. Instead of typing pd.excel file, I type in pd.read_excel. See, if you look at the list, there's so many things you can read, but we want this one. Again, type in the name of the file in quotation marks with the extension name, and then you can print out, put it equal to something. So I put an Excel file 2 or XLF2, and then I printed that. So in this case, we should get the information in the summary sheet. So if you don't specify a sheet name, it will automatically pull across to the first sheet in the Excel file. So that's what we have here. So here in the output, we have pulled this data here, and it's outputted here. See, on the output. So that's great, working well so far. And also it's numbered them 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's actually done a bit extra for us. So that is Excel file and read Excel. So the next section is I'm going to show you how to create a data frame. So a data frame is pretty much going to be exactly what we pulled from Excel, except we're going to create it in Python. So firstly, I've created 2 lists, title 1 and info 1. So I've called one title 1 A, B, C, D, E, and then I've got the info as percentages essentially. It could be pass marks, grades, whatever, densities and so on and so forth, whatever you want. So how it works is you type in pd dot, and then there's a data frame, capitals, data frame, and then you simply type in the name of a list. So I put title 1, and I put that equal to df1, and then let's print it. As you can see here, it's numbered them as well, and we've just got one column. So that's a very simple data frame. Just to get started, the next thing we can do is we're going to create a data frame with multiple columns, and there's a very easy way of doing this. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to zip two columns together. So firstly, what you could do is you've got to type in, this is a bit more complex, so I'll run through this with you, is you've got to zip to this by typing in zip, and don't need to call the pandas function. Zip and then title 1 and then info 1, and then if we print that now, it will not work because it'll throw an error, because we have to specify that we want it as a list. So let me show you exactly what happens. There, you see, we get an error object. We get an error because the object is not laid out correctly when we're not calling the correct part. So what we have to do is we type in list, and then it knows how we want it to be displayed, and we've augmented it in a way that Python is happy to run it for us. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to create a more complex data frame using the zip function as well. So that was creating our first data frame, df_zip1. Now let's create our second data frame, df2. I'm going to type in exactly the same we did above, pd.dataframe, and then we're going to call df_zip1, this list here. So we've already got two columns there. So we're putting this information here in our output. And also we're going to give the columns titles, title and info. So that first column will be called title, and the second column will be called info. And then this is not needed here, but if you had points or numbers, non-whole numbers, then you could specify how you wanted the information to be displayed. But as I've got percentages, it's not really needed. That can be taken out to increase, increase your code efficiency. And then what we're going to do is print our second data frame. And here we go. We've got our, if you see below my face in the output, we have a table with numbered 0 to 4, with the title and info lists printed out. We've got our titles here, like that's here, and then we've got our lists printed out as follows. So let's go even more complex. Let's take this a stage further. Let's create a data frame where instead of having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to call it, because these are people here, we are going to actually call this person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4. So let's do exactly the same as we did above, and in the first example, df_zip1, we're going to call a zip1 file, specified the columns, we've specified the float, but now we are going to put a new element in called index, and in the index, so this is the index, in the index we're going to call it person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4 and person 5. And now let's run it. Oh, we didn't print it. You've got to remember to print it as well. And here we go. So instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4 and person 5. With their title, instead of having A, you can have Mr., Ms., and Mr., and so on and so forth. And then instead of info, you can have pass mark. If you wanted to change the titles, simply just change that to whatever you want, and then rerun the code. So now we've got a table. We've created a table. We've created a data frame using pandas where we specify the index. We've put two lists together, we've printed them out, but now we only want to select sections of the data. So this is where the head and tail functions come in. So if we want to get just the top two bits of information, we just type in df3.head and then however many you want. So if we want just the top one, the top mark, we just have that. And notice it prints out the titles as well, the column titles. Or if we want the top two, you print that, and so on and so forth. And equally, if we want the bottom one in the table, not the bottom grade, but the bottom row. So that's very important. And same with head, it's not the top grade, it's the top row. And then if you want the three from bottom in the row count, then we do exactly that. So I hope you've enjoyed that tutorial. That is a very great, I think that's a great introduction to pandas, and it's a great way of getting your level from beginner to intermediate. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time for even more amazing stuff. Thanks very much for watching.